Hey YouTube, well, did I move to a smaller box or downgrade? Not really. Just added another. This is the time of year, I'm not doing any motorcycle repair in December, and I'm kind of dead in the water with motorcycle stuff this time of year. Everyone's saving their money for the holidays and stuff. I'm not getting any requests for motorcycle repair this time of year. So this is when I make changes in my shop. And if you've watched my longer videos, my big 60-gallon compressor used to sit here. I did not get rid of it, I just moved it. There's a breezeway that connects my house and garage, and I've always rarely used air tools, but to me it just made sense to stick it out there and free up some space here for some upgrades and add different stuff. So I moved it probably a month ago, maybe a little longer. I don't know, I've been working different shifts at my my real job, working days, and my regular shift is afternoons. But with some people out for around Thanksgiving, they let me work days. And then I've been working 10-hour shifts at different times. We've had people out sick. A lot of sickness going around at my workplace right now, and luckily it hasn't affected me yet. So this is what I've really been doing for the past 6 weeks or so. I don't even remember when I made my last video. But I did pick up another international toolbox. It's the same series as my big one here. And my plans for it are just like a drilling and grinding station. You can see I upgraded my drill press, my Chinese drill press, to another Chinese drill press. But I do like this one much better. It's a Wen model. I've seen different YouTube videos and reviews of this one. And I do for a home here. It works great for me. I did the runouts within 2 thou and 3/10. That's the run out on it. No, it's not a vertical mill. It is a drill press. And I got this at my local Menards. And it has a light on it here, shines up underneath. And then it also has a laser crosshair on it. You can see that on. Let me turn the light out. So far, I've only used it a couple times so far, but hey, I like it. It's definitely an upgrade from my older Chinese drill press. And originally I had it sitting on top of this box here, and it didn't seem stable enough to me. So yesterday's project was framing this up, and I kind of built it around the cabinet, and the cabinet will not be coming out from under there now. But it wasn't stable enough sitting on this. So I framed that up, got some 3/4 inch oak plywood, bolted it down to that, and I did use metric hardware, if you can see that. I hate SAE stuff, can't stand it. And it is nice and stable on here now. It's not going anywhere. Fairly quiet. 5 speeds. And so far so good. Really don't have too much in the cabinet yet. I used to have drill bits and just a bunch of different places in the shop. So got all the drill bits. And kind of a good story about this Black & Decker Extractor set. I've owned this. I bought this when I was in the Navy. So we're going to guess around 1990. And this thing saved my bacon when I moved my compressor. Right here, this is the old drain that was underneath my compressor, and it had a brass elbow in it. So when I moved my compressor, and I did move it, and then I had to move this outtake to the other side, the drain. And when I moved it, that damn thing snapped off inside the bottom of my compressor. And I thought I was screwed. I'm like, man, I'm never going to get that brass thread out of there. But the Black & Decker Extractor set, I mean, it grabbed it the first time and pulled that broken thread right out of the bottom of my compressor. So I was really happy I owned that. And no, we're empty there. Empty there. Empty. Those are the organizers I had. I just crammed them in there for now. Of course, they're empty. There's my DeWalt angle grinder and the different grinding heads on it. They're different, you know, cut-off disc and such. And my DeWalt electric drills. There's Old Faithful here I've owned forever. And this is pretty much identical, this one in the back. I bought it as a spare because this one will eventually burn up sometime, I'm sure. There's my DeWalt 1/2-inch hammer drill. You can see made in the USA, or at least assembled. And it has come in handy recently. And this is my DeWalt 8-inch bench grinder. It's the first time I had it mounted in here. See, it's on a stand. And these things are a pain in the butt to use if they're not secured, you know, to the floor. Mine is now. I know it is kind of close to this cabinet, but I'm left-handed, so I will always feed this from this side. So I think it's going to work out. And if it doesn't, I have another DeWalt 6-inch bench grinder here. It's out in the open. That's my other one. But I did mount it to the floor, which I use my 1/2-inch hammer drill for. These are 3/8 diameter Tapcons by 4-inch. And I mounted it on hockey pucks here. You know, just to try and reduce the vibration or isolate it a little bit. And you definitely need a hammer drill. No, I don't need an SDS. You know, drilling in concrete isn't something I do daily, weekly, or even monthly. But it worked great for that. And it's very secure. And the other thing, when I move my compressor, this is a generic rapid air system. I believe it's 3/8 OD by 1/4-inch ID. I found it on Amazon. I forget. I think it was somewhere around $70. I want to say, with 80 feet of tube and 3 outlets. And then I added this regulator here. It's a cheapie. Found it at Home Depot. But it's nice to have the air here next to the drill press, you know, just to blow off, you know, chips and stuff. No, you're not going to run a 1/2-inch impact off this tiny line. I wouldn't think so anyway. I haven't tried it. But it works fine for blowing, you know, for using the blowgun. And to operate my bike lift, it works fine for that. But if you know, if you're interested in this tubing is very unruly. I'll be the first to say it is hard to work with. It's, you know, it just wants to coil back all the time. But They give you plenty of all these straps here to keep it strapped down. So I only have one outlet here in the shop, and then I have another one on the other side of my garage. But this way I can regulate the air right here at the head, because I blow out my computers, you know, every so often. And I don't want 140 psi for that, so that way I can regulate it right here in the shop. I'll give you of course the lighting out here sucks now. It's kind of a dreary day, snowing out. But that's where I move the compressor. And I did the same thing with the hockey pucks and the Tapcons. And this is for the drain, the one that I broke off. Well, this is a new one, but it was the exact same style. And there you can see I routed it, and this goes outside, so I can blow the air, or the water condensation right outside. Where before, you can kind of see here on the carpet where I used to drain the condensation. You blow out here on the carpet, so that was another plus of getting that thing out of here. I forgot how heavy that thing weighed. It had been mounted there 12 or 13 years. And it was a bear to move by myself. I had a guy from work, he offered to help, and I'm kind of stubborn like that. I just prefer to do things on my own. So that's the update of what I got going on in here in the shop, and might do another full tour soon of the other changes and everything I've done in here. But that's what I've been doing. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.